fool if he thinks he's going to just go up against Conor McGregor and Mayweather heads up without giving any of these fans a break. Buy your own seats and start giving them away. Give them the radio stations. Give them the internet. Yeah.
Do like giveaways on Facebook, the whole nine.
Right. That's right. I would try to do as much as I could to look like a legit promoter that night. Because if that place is empty, what were you thinking?
Oh,
look,
it's embarrassment beyond words.
That weekend is just going to be absolutely insane. I'm spending all of Friday night at the Rancid and Dropkick Murphy show. So I should have my brain rattled properly enough in the mosh pit to properly enjoy the fights on Saturday.
Yeah, the only thing that would make it better is if Metallica somehow played Vegas that Friday night for me. I might actually decide to come in and watch the... Like, that's the only thing that would push it over. I'd still probably wind up at the IBJJF. Like, for the people that are in the know on that subject, like, literally everybody is competing in that tournament. Everybody you've ever watched a video on is in that tournament.
It's like the Pride Grand Prix from back in the day.
Yes. Oh.
I mean, you got everybody, I mean, you name them, and they're there.
And, Andrew, I can only compare it to the Super Six. It's all in one day. That's because Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu people have no sense. They will go for 3 days. They're whack jobs.
You got to be a sick individual.
Oh.
Let's just break. We'll come back tomorrow, 6 a.m.
Yeah, no kidding. That's how they do it. And they just go at it.
I heard that story on the Gracie's grandfather. He did that 3-day match or something like that.
No, it's I just had this debate in the gym the other day because I'm thinking of competing at the World Tournament, and I got gassed after my third. Like, we train at 5-minute intervals, full match time, and I was done. I'm 49. I was done after my second match. I went through the first guy, went through the second guy, the third one. I'm like, I'm gassed. Like, and he goes, you can't have gassed at the Worlds. There's no gassed. You go in there and you compete again, and it's back to back to back to back to back. Like, you keep going until you're done.
Yep. When I used to go train with the guys back in the day before I hurt my shoulders, you'd get to the gym, you'd go through all kinds of crazy circuit training, be ready to die. I remember one time I was puking, and as I'm puking, the coach looks over at me and goes, "Now run." As I'm puking, run. I was like, you got to be kidding me right now.
No.
And there's just no remorse inside of a jiu-jitsu gym.
Right.
If you're there to truly compete, there's no. I mean, you gotta come with a different mindset. You got to be ready to embrace the grind, as Daniel Cormier would say.
And to all because I get who listens to our show, to any of you who get drunk in a bar, and if you see any kind of cauliflower on a dude's ear, leave him alone. Just leave him alone.
Yeah, nature's warning sign: cauliflower ear, rattlesnake tail. Certain things tell you to steer clear.
But you don't get those on accident. You earn that puffy ear.
It's like a beer belly. You earn that.
You earned it. All right. Yep. So where are we in the betting? Andrew, have you changed your mind?
No, I'm going to stick with Floyd Mayweather Lee. You know that. What you call it? I like the odds.
It's 20%. You're making 20% on your money right now.
I know. And then I'm reading, 5.5 to 1 right now, Lee.
Yeah.
They're giving on Floyd. I mean, they're going to get bets that they've never seen on Mayweather, because there's guys that, like I said, at minus 1,100, 1,250.
They were betting it. They were betting him no matter what.
You're talking 5.5 to 1. That's ungodly. So I really think Floyd's numbers are going to shoot through the roof. The $880,000 bet that we've seen laid this weekend is just the beginning of a snowball effect, I believe. I got Floyd.
I got to ask, how much money does it take to really shift the line, Bobby?
It really depends. That's such a hard question, because it depends on what shop the money comes into. Like, some places are willing to risk more than others and take a bigger bet. For instance, like Cantor Gaming, CG Technology, they used to be willing to take a way bigger bet than anybody else.
And isn't it about where the house is on the fight?
Exactly right. The numbers are put out there not based on where the bookmaker thinks who's going to win the fight.
It's got to be as close to 50-50 as possible, right? I mean, that's your goal.
Exactly right. What happens is, if you're holding too much money on one side, you want to entice the other side to be bet. So you're just trying to get your hold. Like on a football bet, all we're trying to get is that 10% hold. If we can hold that 10% every single time, we're going to be in business.
So they're either making the vig or they're making a percentage on the favorite. Either way, it's a win-win.
Absolutely right. And like that's why you go to like sports books and they love horse racing because it's an 18% hold on wins or losses. Where the sports book is just an agent for the horse track. So whatever you bet at the sports book, they get paid if you win or lose. It doesn't matter. That's why they love the horse betting so much, and why they comp for it so generously.
It'll be interesting. Maybe on Saturday morning, Bobby, we'll go hit the big three and see what they look like before I go to the Grand Prix. But yeah. I mean, it's really going to come down to what the win, what MGM, and what South Point are actually saying on the day of the fight, and that'll affect the online money. I would imagine the online people are going to watch the big three and see which direction they go. I've always leaned more towards the station casino people, but that's just for the simplicity of betting at their facilities.
Here, the way it's going to break down for the bets, the way I look at it is it's going to be the public money is going to go on to Conor McGregor looking for the dream, and the sharp money, the professional gamblers of the world, most of my peers will be betting against me and going with Floyd. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm not sitting here saying this is.
Yeah, I was just going to say that for you, Bobby. You told us in the beginning, not your damn mortgage.
I'm not cashing out my Bitcoin, Andrew, and going crazy here, bro.
That's right. I hear you.
But there's the public money is definitely going to go to Conor. There's no doubt about it because, a lot of people want to see Floyd get knocked out and they can win more money with Conor. And the average guy's betting $20 and wants to win 100. You know what I mean? But if I was walking up, if you were going to ask me if I had serious dough and I was walking up to the counter and I was going to make a bet, I would be betting on Floyd Mayweather if I was betting hundreds of thousands of dollars or $20,000.
You had $880,000. You're saying it would go on Floyd?
No, not even a question. 100%.
Yeah, but let's be realistic. If we're talking a GER to 5 GER, all right, let's just say heavily insane weekend in Vegas. Let's go with a GER bet, all right? I'm going to drop a G on a bet, and I'm willing to be a little wild. I still think that the unders are the safest money in this fight, like by far. Then I don't have to pick a side. I don't have to get into a black fight or a white fight. Look, the race war that's going to break out in Vegas over this fight is half of the joy of this fight in my mind. Like, they've sold this as a race war.
I think that's
Bobby, am I
down
crazy?
A lot.
Like, I've been on this for a couple of weeks.
Calming that down, though, Lee.
This is straight. Look, after what's occurred in West Virginia, how do you not see it, Andrew? White people are afraid.
No. Because I think that a lot of those people in West Virginia never get out of West Virginia, so we don't have to worry about that issue.
They're coming to Vegas to watch Conor because he's white. They are with their hoods. Bring in their hoods.
Those guys can't afford a plane ticket to Vegas. Is expensive, bro. They ain't coming to Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
They're going to Biloxi to have another tiki torch march or whatever the fuck those guys were doing.
Hey, Bobby, because both of them it was light complected for majority part on both sides. I'm hoping that was just a situation that boiled over in that part of America itself. You know what I'm saying, you guys?
Yeah, but this is a race-baited fight, Andrew. This is a race-baited fight.
Look, let me tell you what, man. Those people aren't representative to normal Americans like me, you, or Lee. Those are the fringes of both sides, man. You got Antifa on one side, the Nazis on the other. It's basically communists and Nazis having a fuckboy party.
Yeah, and I get that. But when we're talking about betting, and this is a real thing, because I did go to the Conor press conference. It's predominantly 20-something white guys and 20-something black guys. And the sides are pretty much drawn. That's what this fight's about. That's boxing. That's fighting in a nutshell. Like, that's how you sell
I hope
the fight.
It doesn't get that way. It's a black eye for boxing if that turns out to be that way in Las Vegas that night. It shouldn't. Both fighters have come out and said they don't believe what McGregor was doing had any racial tension behind it. I believe it. Let's just leave it alone.
What are the odds on a technical draw? Like, this fight never goes off. It just spills out, and the fight's a technical draw.
Oh my God! I know that the draw is a huge play. I don't know the exact number, but I bet you it's astronomical.
And that could even happen before 4 rounds have finished.
Right.
Correctly? They get a cut or something.
Correct. Headbutt cut.
And, that's not out of the realm of possibility with, Conor being the bigger man and coming in with his head down like that, bull rushing. Anything can happen.
Because he can get one elbow.
I'm I'm gonna sound like I'm agreeing with Bobby real fast, Lee, but let me tell you, Bobby, I've been saying for about 3 years that Floyd was on the downside. Now, of course, he's 40, so you don't sound smart saying that anymore. But Floyd has done a lot of grappling in the last part of his fights. If you watch Floyd in the last 3 to 4 maybe fights of his career, he did a lot more holding than he did running. If anybody watched the sparring tape that was not leaked, Floyd released it. Don't believe the hype. Nobody in Floyd's team is going to leak anything on Floyd Mayweather. That was released by Floyd. They released the tape today or last night of him sparring, and there's a lot of grappling, you guys. And I was like, I don't like that. I don't want Floyd grappling with like Bobby is saying, this too young 26-year-old
I think he expects this to wind. Look, he's got a stronger, bigger guy who's fast, who's young, who's going to put him in the corner. It's going to happen. I don't know how Floyd gets away from him.
Jabs, and feet movement. He used to do. What he used to do, right?
That's the problem. Used to do. That's a big word. Used to do. That might be the title of this show. Used to do.
Shock of the world.
All right. Let's wrap up this very special edition of Fight Net Radio. Andrew, where's your money still going?
I got 2 weeks Floyd. Out. I'm going to look at the odds, you guys. I like the unders. I like Floyd early in this fight.
Bobby, how you betting it if you're betting it today? I know you're waiting till the last minute like me.
Yeah, I am very superstitious about that. If I'm going to put in a sizable wager, I like to wait until
I want to see the shift on the line. Yeah, right.
Exactly. I want to see the market. Shifts. I need the market to settle before I step up to the plate. Like, for instance, again, with Bisping versus Belfort, I had a very sizable wager in that fight. And, you
gotta wait. You gotta wait to see the shift.
You gotta wait till it settles, though.
For everything that we've ever seen in the Floyd Mayweather fight in the last 7 years, this thing has leveled out. I don't think you're going to get better than 5.5. Hey, we're talking about a fighter.
No, you don't. No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
5.5, Lee, for Floyd.
Look, if they walk into Vegas on Friday, do the weigh-in. Connor's the bigger guy. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but if you don't think that the Connor fans are going to descend on Vegas, especially with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament in town, it's White Pride Week. I mean, I'm not being a jerk about it. That's a fight fan week. That's an MMA crowd. There's an MMA crowd coming into Vegas as of Thursday, Andrew. The line's going to shift even further.
I hear you. That's been Floyd's career, though, but I hear you.
There's a lot of people coming in from Ireland. This guy travels well, bro. Let me tell you.
I'm telling you that BJJ tournament and the number of people that are showing up for that championship tournament, you're talking about a strictly MMA crowd.
MMA they're going to throw 20, 50, $100 in.
Yes.
I've seen the UK come over here. I've seen Mexico come over here. I've seen the Philippines come over here. And it's a long ride home every single time. Here we go. 2 weeks, Lee.
Oh, my God, I can't believe this is happening.
And then the real discussion. Oh, Bobby, I'm so more excited about the aftermath than I am the actual fight, you guys. I swear to God, you don't understand what I believe the UFC is setting Floyd up for here. Dana White's going to have a smile. You're going to see McGregor's probably going to lose, right? He's sitting on the stool. All of a sudden, Dana White's got this big-ass smile. Like, what's about to happen? Contract.
Yep. It would be the best move for all of them. Let's be real. It'd be the best move for everybody.
It instantly carries the next whole week of sports talk radio. Oh, my God.
Yeah, nonstop, wall-to-wall coverage, if that's the case. Everybody's, throwing in their 2 cents, and then you'll have, all the MMA guys getting arrogant. Oh, he has no chance, and it'll be the same thing but reversed, flipped around.
And Bobby, hear this last one out for me, you guys. Hear this. I think it makes more money for this one reason. See, on this night, I believe there's going to be a lot of confident, diehard boxing fans out there that are going to want to go to their friends' houses. They're going to want to be with their UFC fans that you always trash talk with, what's worse, better, yada yada. On if you flip it and Floyd goes to the octagon, I think you have a lot more boxing heads staying home.
Then the boxing fans
Hey, that's going to be a real touchy night.
I don't know. You know what, Andrew? The boxing people laid off this fight. I'm telling you, Andrew, I was there in L.A. I'm telling you, the internet boxing community, the people who write about it, are laying off this fight. I don't know.